All right, hello, what's up, YouTube? So, today is going to be the first SAT Saturday. This is a brand new thing. I hope that the College Board lawyers don't come after me. Um, this is a practice exam, a sample practice exam that you can also download straight from their official website. Just type in SAT practice exams, and this is the first of those. There's also an answer key and explanations for every single problem. But we are going to run through this exam. I'm going to try to think out loud as I solve it. And I don't know what format I want to do. Do we like deep dive into an explanation for each one? Or do I try to take it as if it were a real practice exam for myself and barely even think out loud, just like work through it with a timer and everything. I think we could alternate. There are a lot of practice exams out there, at least official ones from them. They have a good number, and we could just alternate and figure things out as we go. Today, I want to explain each problem quickly as I'm solving them. So I'm not taking it as if it were an actual exam for myself. But anyways, for those who don't know, the SAT is the most widely used standardized exam in the United States for all U.S. colleges. I think I have no idea beyond the United States. That's all I know, to be honest. But yeah, like beyond, I know that internationally there are other exams, like the JEE is really famous in India. So I think that the SAT is like our equivalent of the JEE. And there are two main sections. There's like English and writing, and then math. We're only going to focus on math. This is a math channel. It would be fun to also practice the English and writing sections too, but at least for now, I'm a math hobbyist, not an English hobbyist. So yeah, this should be fun. Let's just get into it. All right. Sorry for my feet, my legs. Hopefully it'll stay out of camera. All right, let's just get started. What's going on? Hopefully we'll get some people hanging out in chat, and I will take breaks to hang out and chat with folks as we solve these. All right, so we have some instructions about math. I thought that this was cool. It's been a very long time, y'all. It has been like 20 years since I've taken the SAT. And one thing that's new is that the SAT nowadays is electronic and it's adaptive, which, if I understand correctly, that means that as you keep answering questions correctly, it'll adapt and keep giving you harder questions. But if you keep missing them, then it'll give you the easier questions. That's my guess as to what adaptive means. And so that's I don't really feel like doing that on stream. I want to do it in the paper version that we have, that I used to take. This is the type that I took in the past, and I think that you can only do the paper version nowadays if you need accommodations. Which I think is a shame, because like pen and paper, it's just so classic. I don't like using screens when I can avoid it. I am very much a notebook kind of person, paper. Anyways, so we are doing the paper version of the SAT sample exam. I thought it was cool that they do give you this little set of common formulas. So we may come back to that. I guess if you were taking the exam on your own, I don't know if you can tear out a piece. You probably can't tear out a page while you're solving it. That would be, yeah, they probably wouldn't like that. But at least bookmark this page in the booklet so that you can come back to those formulas. And if you were to take it in real life, read all of this in advance. Read all of this section from the sample exams that you can download, like this one, so that you don't spend any time during the exam, because you're going to be pressed for time. don't read any of this. It's the exact same blurb that your exam is going to have. There's not going to be any new information. You should know exactly what this blurb says. All right, and let's just get started. 10% of 470, that's 47. Just move the decimal one spot. Which equation has the same solution as the given equation? I think that these start out pretty easy, and then they get harder. So let's see. Total cost in dollars, rent a surfboard consists of $25 service fee. All right, so constant and then variable rate. Intends to spend a maximum of 75. Okay, so something, the cost is going to be less than or equal to 75, which all of them are. And then we have, this one right here, D. So the constant and then the variable price. Function G is that 16 plus 9 is 25. Each face of a fair 14-sided die. Okay. Different number appearing on each face. Die rolled one time. What's the probability of rolling a 2? Okay, since it's a fair dice, there's a 1 out of 14 probability of rolling any one of the faces. The fact that it's a 2 doesn't matter. Okay, a printer produces posters at a constant rate of 42 per minute, 42T. At what rate in posters per hour does the printer produce the posters? It's nice that they underlined that. So if T was minutes, then now we have, or if T was hours, oh shoot, what am I talking about? Yeah, per hour, they're going to produce 60 per hour, whereas they produce 42 in a minute. And so just double checking. I don't know if you need to simplify the equations when you write them in like this. Let's see. Double 82 is 84, or double 42 is 84, and then triple, it doesn't matter. Yeah, let's just do it. 42 and 60, 0, 0. 2 times 6 is 12, 24, 25, 2520 per hour. Okay, function f is that. What is f when x is 4? 28 plus 2 is 30. Teacher creating an assignment worth... First word problem where the large production makes sense. Leo lectures. Cool, yeah. How's it going, Leo? How are you? We're doing easier math, SAT math today. How's it going? I haven't watched your video yet. I saw that you had a neat video about ZFC, and I really want to watch that soon. Teacher creating assignment worth 70 points. Assignment. So what I'm doing throughout this, I'm underlining as I'm solving stuff. That's a pretty good way to keep your energy while you work through this exam. Underline, and it'll keep you kind of focused and going, especially whenever there's a lot of words. Underlining can help while you're doing it. All right, so assignment, questions worth 1 point, questions worth 3 points. Okay, so some of them are 3 points, some of them are worth 1 point, and the total is worth 70 points. Okay, so I saw quickly that these both work, and now I need to know, does x represent 1 point or 3 points? So x is 1 point question, so our answer is D. Right triangles are similar. Okay, let's draw them. L, M, N, and P, Q, R. Angle M. So the angle M is going to be the corresponding angle opposite of side M. Okay, so then what is the... angle of Q, it's going to be the same. So 53. I think I got that right. Oh, wait, no. L and M. Yeah. Okay, so L corresponds to P and M corresponds to Q. I had to double check that I wrote them in order. All right, we would lose a little bit of time there. Should have done that quicker. Solution is xy. What is the value of x? All right, we can substitute 4x minus 3x equals 15. So x is 15. So I took that y and I substituted the value, negative 3x for the other y. Number 11. Doing all right. Happy to hear it, man. How are you? Yeah, I already asked that. You literally just answered that. Which of the following equations is the most appropriate linear model? Okay, so it looks like our x-intercept is going to be 10, and our our y-intercept is 10, and our x-intercept is at about 5.5 or so. So it needs to be a positive 10, so it's not going to be C, it's not going to be A, and then it is a negative slope, not a positive slope. So answer B. Graph of y equals f of x, function is that. For how many values of x does f of x equal 0? I see 1, 2, 3. And it is a cubic, so that means that it's going to cross at most 3 times. So I know that off screen it's not going to cross again. So we do see 3 y equals 0 points, 3 zeros. Vivian bought party hats and cupcakes, 71. Each package of party hats costs $3. Okay, so I think we've got like 71 equals 3x plus y or something, where x is hats and y is cupcakes. Vivian bought 10 packages of party hats. So hats was x equals 10 here. How many cupcakes? So 31 equals 30 plus y. Y is... Oh, wait, no, sorry. Shoot. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. 71 equals 30 plus y. Y is 41. So 41. I don't know. When I took the SAT, it was only gotta head out, have fun. Yeah, man. Thanks for stopping by. Good to see you. Yeah, today's boring math for some people. For some people, it's fun math, I think. For me, this is fun. It's like, oh yeah, I could pass the SAT today, I think. Okay, so how does this factor? We want to factor this as z plus a and z minus b. I know that it's going to be plus and minus because this term is negative 24. And I want two terms that add to 10, add or subtract to 10. So you could factor 24, but I can see that 24 equals 12 times 2 is pretty promising. This is going to factor as z plus 12 times z minus 2. So one of the solutions would be z equals negative 12. And you only need one, but the other one is z equals 2. Because again, this thing equals 0, and the multiplication of two numbers equals 0 if and only if one or the other equals 0. Bacteria growing, liquid growth, 300 cells per milliliter. Number of cells doubles every 3 hours after 15 hours. So we've got 2 to the 15. We are allowed to use calculators in this. So this is one where you're definitely going to want to use a calculator, it looks like. At least I would need to use one. But can we get any reasonable things that we can cross out? I don't know. 2 to the 10. 2 to the 10, I think, is 1024. Isn't that right? 2 to the 10 is 1024, right? Let's get that calculator out. Pretty sure about that. So then we're going to do 32 times 1024. So this is like about 30, 2, 3. It's going to be about 30,000 plus 300,000. I got this wrong. I got this freaking wrong. Oh, yeah. It's not plus here. It's 300,000 times 2 to the 15th. Yeah, what am I doing? Oh, and it's not to the 15th. I screwed up this problem a lot. It doubles every 3 hours. So that means that we're going to get 5 doublings. So we've got 300,000. My God. Okay, 300,000 times we have 5 doublings because there's 5 groups of 3 and 15. 2 to the 5th. So this is going to be about 300, 1, 2, 3 times 32. That's going to be about 1 million. And I think that's enough for me to see that A is the answer. But let's also check our calculator. 300, 1, 2, 3, times 32. I got it wrong. It's this one. I'm so bad at math, y'all. Okay, oh well. Mental math. We're dusting off the cobwebs. Good thing that we can use a calculator, and I would have done that. Which expression is equivalent to that thing? Let's factor out as many common factors as we can. 6x squared y squared times x to the 6th plus 2. 6x squared y squared x to the 6th plus 2. I think it's right there. Neighborhood consists of a 2-hectare park, 2-hectare park, 35-hectare residential area, 35 and a 2-hectare park. Total number of trees is that. Okay. Yeah. I see. All right, so this is X is going to be so remember 2 is the park. So it's not going to be this one about the residential area. And it's, yeah, X is not the total number of trees. Oh, wait. It's definitely not going to be the residential area. Is it the total number of trees in the park? Or, no, it's going to be the average number of trees per hectare in the park. Because, like, that number 2 has to be related to hectares. I don't know. It's A. It's A. You could do like a unit analysis, like 2 trees or 2 hectares times we want trees per hectare, and then hectares cross out, and then you get 2 trees. That would be 2x. And then we want 2x plus 35y to equal the total number of trees. So, yeah, it makes sense that it should be the average. Okay, 18. Graph stocks, company A, number of shares, company B, Y, Simone. Equation is going to be, it can't be this one. We need a negative slope. Can't be this one. We need a negative slope. Okay, 40. So if we solved for y, what I'm looking for is 480 divided by 12 equal to the y-intercept 40, or is 480 divided by 8? Because between those two, you can decide between those two answers. Yeah, okay, so 480 divided by 12 equals 40, so it's going to be solution B. Circle A, radius 3n, circle B, radius of that. Okay, so area of the circle is pi r squared, right? So we're finding the ratio of these two squares, pi r1 squared divided by pi r2 squared. Those pi's cancel out, and circle B has 129n squared, and then circle A has radius of 3n quantity squared. So we can see that the n squared terms are going to cancel out, and all we care about is 129 squared divided by 3 squared. 129 squared divided by 9, 1849. Number 20. Frequency table, 57 data values, summarizing those, maximum data value. Well, maximum data value is going to be the one that, the largest data value that does have a frequency. Yeah, so 14 is the maximum data value. Circle xy plane diameter with those endpoints. 2, 4, and 2. Okay, well, if the x value 2, 214, and x value is constant 2, 4. So the diameter is 10. Yeah. So diameter was 10, so then r equals 5. Yeah. Measure angle r, 2 pi over 3 radians. Measure of angle t, is that greater than r? So we need to convert radians to degrees. 2 pi radians equals 360 degrees. So it says that t equals r plus 5 pi over 12, right? So then t is 2 pi over 3 plus 5 pi over 12. and then 4, 8, 13 pi over 12, I think, is t. And then we get 13, we're going to do 13 pi over 12 divided by 2 pi, let me write that out. 13 pi over 12, 360 divided by 2 pi. And if we run through this, then we will get our answer. 12 goes into 360 30 times, and pi's cancel. So 13 times 30 divided by 2, if I got that right. I screwed that up. 13 times 30. Yeah, I just typed it in wrong. 195. That's the right answer. 23. Certain town area, square yards of this town. 1 mile equals 1760 yards. Okay. 4.36 square miles in square yards. So 1 square mile equals 1760 square yards, I think. Yeah. So then 4.36 times 1760 squared, I think. Is that how this one goes? My God, it's been a while, y'all. It has been a while. Mathematics. This is huge. Is this correct? Yeah, I'm getting this last answer. 4.36. Did I do this backwards? No, I think it's right. I wouldn't pause this long. So 1 mile is equal to 1760 yards. So then, yeah, 4.36 miles is going to be 4.36 times 1760. But then don't we have a extra factor of 4.36 that we're missing? 4.36 times 1760. No, something feels off about that. I would box that one and come back to it just to, like, if we have time left at the end, if I were taking this for real. I think that I don't know why I got that. Whatever. For line H, table 3 values X, corresponding Y. Line K is a result of translating down 5 units. Okay. So this is line H, it said, and then we're finding line K. And it looks like the x-intercept is when y equals 0. So we're dropping or we're rising 30 units for every 5. So m, the slope of this line, is going to be 6. And then we know, like, y minus 8, if we take one point, like y minus 130 equals m times x minus 18. So y equals 6x, 6 times 18 in a test. I would just run through it. 6x minus 108, I would use a calculator, I mean, plus 130. 6x 130 minus 108. 6x plus 22. There's the original line h, and if we're finding k, we translate it down 5 units, so 22 minus 5 is 17. So x-intercept, so that's the y-intercept. So here's our new equation. If y is 0, then we have negative 17 equals 6x. Negative 17, 2. Okay, yeah, negative 17 over 6, comma 0. There's our answer. Number 25, xy plane graph intersects at exactly 1 point. Okay, so we're saying that this thing factors as x minus a quantity squared if it intersects at exactly 1 point. So then y equals negative x squared minus 9x plus 100, right? Then oh, it intersects a line y equals c at 1 point. I'm a dummy. Okay, so a line y equals c, a constant. So c equals negative x squared plus 9x minus 100. So then, yeah, we have some kind of negative parabola, and it has if it's going to intersect a constant line at 1 point, then it will be at the vertex of the parabola. Then this is like a completing the square type of thing, isn't it? Like, because again, we want, I don't know. I'm confusing myself. How do you solve this one? X squared minus 9x plus 100 plus c equals 0. We can solve... Oh, okay, so if this only has one solution for this equation, then the discriminant... what's my square root? B squared minus 4ac. B squared minus 4ac. This has one solution. Like, it's not... This quadratic equation doesn't have plus and minus the discriminant factor. The discriminant equals 0. So then b squared minus 4ac equals 0. And I'm overloading the term c, but b squared is going to be 81 minus 4 times a is 1, 4 times 100 plus c equals 0. Oh, geez. Okay, so 81 over 4 minus 100. What the hell is that? 81 over 4 is a negative number. All of them are negative numbers. Neat. Minus 100, so common denominator is going to be 81 over 4 minus 400 over 4. 81 minus 400 is, oops, I mistyped. It's going to be negative 319. I can just see that. Negative 319 over 4. Is that? Yep, that is an option. Cool. Let's let in the cat. Kitty. I'm 1000% sure that I'm going to make at least one mistake in this exam. Like, I'm confident of that. So do not learn math from me, y'all. You will learn bad math. It's been a long time. That's a joke. I know what I'm doing, but I am rusty. Like, I am absolutely rusty. For each real number r, which of the following points lies on the graph of each equation? All right, so we need to... What? Okay, well, I mean, I just see that we should solve this system, right? Oh, and the second equation is 5 times the first equation, right? 5 times the first equation equals the second equation. So then we can... Which of the following points lies on the graph of each equation in the xy plane for the given system? So we only need to solve one of them, I suppose. Yeah, because the two equations are equivalent lines. Probably negative lines, but regardless. So Luna. How do you solve something like this? So what we could do is we could substitute in xy values, or we could try to just solve x in terms of y, maybe. X equals 7 minus 3y divided by 2. We need to, so we know that we need to have that equivalence relation. X equals 7y over 2. So then if we replace x with r, then so x equals 7y. The other equation that we can have is y equals 7 minus 2x over 3, right? So if x is r, then y should be 7/3 minus 2r over 3. And so I'm trying to see if I can eliminate these two. So this is a positive 2r over 3. And this one, yeah, both of these are wrong. So we need to consider the other. Answer B corresponds to solving this equation. So if y is r, then 7/2 minus 3r over 2. Yeah, it's B. Perimeter of an equilateral triangle. Y'all, I'm struggling over here. 624 centimeters. So if it's equilateral, then that means that each side length, maybe x, is going to 624 divided by 3 is 208, right? Yeah. Height of the triangle is okay. Yeah, and then this is one of those special formulas that I've forgotten in my old age. Height of the triangle is k root 3 centimeters, where k is a constant. What is the value of k? Okay, so this is one of those that I have forgotten. You can derive it really quickly with the Pythagorean theorem, but yeah, it's... oh my god. My iPad is frozen. My iPad is officially frozen. Okay, alright. We're back. What the hell just happened here? Okay, my iPad got very confused. It did not like scrolling that many pages all at once. Is this the equation we want? Area is 1/2 b times h? Not really. No, let's just rederive the thing that I'm looking for. It's an equilateral triangle, which means that if you split down the middle, this is going to be x over 2. And we have... and then this is like the height y. X squared over 4 plus y squared equals x squared. And it said that the height of the triangle is k root 3 centimeters. So now we have this equation. X squared over 4 plus k root 3 squared equals x squared. Then 3k squared equals, subtract 1/4 from both sides, 3x squared over 4. 3's cancel. 4k squared equals x squared. Or k equals x over 2. Maybe I expected that. Yeah, maybe I should have expected that. So that this side length matches y. I don't remember if I should have expected that or not. But, well, we solved for k, and we knew that x is 208, so k equals 208 over 2, which is 104. All right, and that's the end of Module 1. I think that we get to take a break, if I understand correctly. I think you get to take like a 5-minute break or something between the modules, so... Whew! All right, this is the first time I have looked at an SAT exam in 20 years, y'all. So, cut me some slack. It's not gonna be perfect. I'm sure we made a mistake. I'm sure, like, if we still had time, I would come back to that one that I boxed. What's going on here? Something felt wrong about it. 1 mile is 1760 yards. So I drew the 2 here. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I wrote that it had 4.36 square miles. But then I used 4.36 as a side length of the square, not 4.36 being the square of the length of a length. So what is 4.36 square root? So we've got about 2.08, about 2.09 per length. But what really matters is that it's going to be 2.09 on both sides times 1760. And when you multiply 2.09, when you multiply 2.09 by itself, in other words, a square, then the area is going to be 4.36 times 1760 squared, which again gives us answer D. So after taking a break, a breath, and coming back, now I'm more confident in that answer that we chose before. Whew. What's up? What's going on? What do you all think about SAT math? Should I be doing SAT math? It's not the kind of math that I would be practicing for myself, per se, but maybe I should, Like, it feels good to revisit this kind of math, and I'd love to tutor people in the SAT. So, if I'm going to tutor people, we have to practice. We have to practice. No matter what. If you want to get good at something, you have to practice it, right? So we could pause and grade those solutions that we've done, or we could just move on. I say let's just move on. After a little bit of coffee. Let's fix this, though. My screen still says practicing calculus. We are not practicing calculus anymore. That is a lie. We are now practicing SAT math. The first day practicing SAT math. Okay, let's keep going. Cool. Module 2. Same prep. Same thing. So memorize this. Don't bother reading it on test day. You should know all of the rules before you take the test. Alright, let's start. Module 2. Tilly, P dollars, W hours of work, expression for 39 W hours of work. For every W hours of work, 39P. Yeah, I would have expected that to be 39 PW, but I guess that's it. For a training program, rides a bike, 5.7 minutes per mile. Number of minutes to ride X miles. 5.7 minutes per mile, yeah. Oh, wait, to ride X miles. Number of minutes. 5.7 minutes per mile, right? And then if we want to find minutes, then we need to multiply by miles. Like doing like unit analysis. So, yeah, 5.7 times X. Yes. Gives us minutes. Solution to this equation, 3x, x equals 4, negative 12 plus y equals negative 6, y equals 6. Equation speed, certain car t seconds after accelerating. So it started at a given speed and then accelerates for 5 seconds after. So 5 times 3 is 15. We're looking at 55. A is 4, B is 5. What is C? Well, A squared plus B squared equals C squared. 4 squared plus 5 squared, it's D. Solution to this equation, 4x equals 160, x equals 40. X-intercept, x0, what is the value of x? Well, this feels easy, right? X equals 7. Function f is that, y-intercept. So the y-intercept is when x equals 0, right? So then x equals 0, y equals -2. Function f, graph, result of shifting that down 2 units. Okay, so g shifts f down 2 units, so it's going to be 7x cubed minus 2. Every y point is reduced by 2. That's how you can think of that minus 2 at the end. An ordered pair, that's a solution. Well, x has to be 3, we see. And all the answers are that. And then 10 squared equals y, so 3, 100. Hmm. 7x plus, so this one. 7x plus 3x when we distribute. Function p is this. What's the value of n? 56 equals 7. And yeah, you hopefully shouldn't have to write that one out. 8 equals n cubed. So n is 2. 2 cubed is 8. Line C intersects parallel lines. What's the value of x? Okay, so the complement of 110 is going to be 70, and then this 70 is a complement or a complementary angle of x. Yeah, so 70 degrees. 10 data values. Mean of this data. Okay. Is there a smart way to do this, or should I just do it in the calculator? I think that this is just a calculator thing. But you can try to add more quickly. Like, I'm typing in 14, 20. Here I'm going to add next 15. Next I'm going to add 34. 15, 34, and 17. Oops. 34 and 17. So 100 is the sum, and then we divide by 10 data points, so the answer is 10. Equation. Following best... Yeah, so when t is 0, like at the beginning of time in this problem, then there should be 5 employees. And so this is some kind of growth factor of exponential growth on the number of employees. So it's asking, what does the number 5 mean? And I think it's A. It's not an increase. It's not the number of years. Years is time, t, percent increase. No. Yeah, it's A. minimum value of that function, any positive number squared is going to give you a bigger number. So 55 when x equals 0 is the minimum value. Each year value of an investment increases by that. So it's increasing by 0.49%. Yeah, I don't know how to, I don't know a good way to explain, don't overthink, the fact that it's between 0 and 1. If you're increasing by point something percent, you're still increasing. So this is an increasing exponential. Yeah. Population Greenville increased by 7%. Okay, so something increased by 7%. The population in 2015 equals the population in 2016, right? And now it's saying if the population in 2016 is k times the population in 2015, then what is the value of k? K is 1.07. Yeah. Which expression is equivalent to that? What the hell? What the hell? I'm super confused. I wouldn't have expected. What? What? Yeah, it's not this one. That doesn't make sense. Alright, so 11 twelfths. Yeah, this was almost correct. It should have been A11 root 12, like that. And I was like, wait a minute, that 11, it was 132 on the inside of that radical. So we are finding an equivalent. So, for whatever reason, they've just rewritten a raised to 11 over 12 is the same as a 11 times 11 times 12 over 12 times 12. So they rewrote that fraction, and 11 times 12 is 132. So B is that's a confusing question. Which I guess is the whole point of a test like this. An event planner party costs a one-time fee to rent and $10.25 per attendee. Event planner has a budget of $200. What's the greatest value without exceeding the budget? So 165 equals 1025x. let's ask ChatGPT. So this solves x equals 16.098. So then therefore the number, the maximum number of people is 16. And the question is making sure that you know not to write down like the decimal. It's like a number of attendees. Absolute value of 4x minus 4 equals 112. So then 4x minus 4 equals 112. Or 4x minus 4 equals negative 112. Right? Then this one is going to give us a positive value. X equals 116 divided by 4. 116 divided by 4 is 4 times 25 plus 4, there's 29. And then x minus 1 equals 28. Cube, edge length 68, solid sphere 68, solid sphere radius of 34 inches. Oh, okay, so that sphere is inside the cube, touches each face of the cube to the nearest cubic inch. What is the volume of the space in the cube not taken up by the sphere? Okay, neat. So the volume of a cube is going to be 68 cubed. The volume of the sphere that is fitting inside this cube is, what is it? 4/3 pi r or something. We do have this formula. Yeah, 4/3 pi r cubed. Yeah, that's what I thought. 4/3 pi r cubed. Do they have the same unit? Yes, they both have 34 inches. So now we're saying that the cube is a little bit bigger than the sphere, so we're going to find what volume is remaining. So 68 cubed. 314,432. 34 cubed. Which is divided by 3 times 4 times pi. Where the hell is the pi button? There it is. So this is subtracting 164,636. And this is going to be enough accuracy. We don't need to write things out precisely. 164,636. 149,796. That's what I got. Diameter of a circle in the xy plane with this equation. So I know that the x term squared plus a y term squared equals radius squared. So the radius is 4. Exponential function f. If f of 1 is k, What? Shows the value of k as a coefficient or the base. How does this work? You know what? I don't know. I don't know why my guess is that it's this one. Like when f of 1 is k, then you can like say that this is k equals 128 times 1. All of these have the base 1.6. Yeah, okay. As which one of these shows k being the coefficient, like the base, and it would be this. Yeah, it's C. 25. Model estimates that at the end of each year, 2015 to 2020 number of squirrels. Why are we always finding squirrels? Like, why is this such a common question? All right. At the end of each year, the population was 150% more than the number of squirrels in the population at the end of the previous year. So if it's 150% more, then we're growing by, like if it were 100% more, it would be 2, right? So if we're 150% more, then it's 2.5 as the coefficient of this exponential. At the end of 2016, i.e. when t is 1, that's the year 2016, then there were 180 squirrels. So whatever the initial amount was times 2.5. So the initial amount then is going to be like 80 or something like that. Not 80. 72. Okay. Alright, so we found that number, and we already found that 2.5 is what we wanted as the growth factor. A and B are constants, linear equations, pair of perpendicular lines. What? Okay, so if these two are perpendicular, then if we double both equations, then they should still be perpendicular, or if we add or subtract the equations, they should be perpendicular. Like we need to make sure that we get two equivalent, like an equivalent system of equations. So I don't see. Okay, so which system of equations is equivalent? How does this work? Okay, so if it were the real test, I would square this one, move on, and then if I'm running out of time, come back and just guess an answer. You can't really pause and just like solve the whole problem. You should keep moving on. At least for me, I would run out of time on the SAT. That's what would happen to me a lot. So I would practice, like, if you don't see how to solve the problem, like, almost immediately move on and then come back to it later. Like, do all of the easy problems first. And yeah, so, okay, if they're perpendicular, that sounds like it's, like, pretty relevant. Let's eliminate some. I know that if the second equation is the same as the first equation can't change, right? So D is out. Now, if how do you solve this one, y'all? I think it's a sort of thing that, like, if they're perpendicular, then you can if you solve an equation for mx plus b, then the line of the perpendicular line is going to be the negative reciprocal of the slope. So in this one, y equals negative 5x plus 1. So then a perpendicular line to that would be 1/5 x plus 1. Is the perpendicular line the same as the inverse line? No, I don't think so. So then this equation is the same as like 5y minus 5y minus x equals positive 1. And then in this, so can we 5x? No. Oh wait, 5. Negative 5/7 x plus 1/7. I messed that up. So then the negative reciprocal, y equals negative 5/7 x plus 1. My brain hurts. I'm getting too old for this stuff. I'm getting too old for this. Y equals 7/5 x plus 1/7. Oh, I don't know if that 1/7 works. I think what you can do is you can replace it x's and y's so that you have like 5y plus 7x equals 1. No. How the hell? I don't know. We already eliminated 1 and we could guess between the other 3. And that's not the worst option in the world. My guess is that it's something like if you double x in one, then you can double y in the other. I think it's C because we're scaling the x factor by 2 in both terms, or in both equations. Yeah. Yeah, I feel pretty good about that. It's C because you can double the x factor and kind of think of scaling so that when you yeah, I don't know how to explain that really well right now. Let's move on. 27. No real solutions if c is greater than n. What's the least possible value of n? Okay. No real solutions if c is greater than some number. No real solutions means that the discriminant is negative. The discriminant is b squared minus 4ac. We use that when solving the quadratic equation. So this is going to be 34 squared minus 4c. And we want to know when 34 squared minus 4c is greater than or equal to 0. Has no real solutions if c is greater than n. Yeah. Really we want to solve when this is less than 0 so that we are having no solutions. So 34 squared equals 4. 34 squared is less than 4c. 34 times 34 divided by 4 is when c is greater than 289, we have no real solutions. What is the least possible value of n? I think n equals 289. I think that's it. Yeah. And then, are we done? Are we done? No test material? What? We did it? We solved the entire SAT. We are so smart. I didn't use a timer. I don't think it was accurate to to a real test because I was trying to think out loud and explain as we solved all these problems. But that was fun, y'all. Thank you for watching. I don't know if this is the kind of math that folks want to see on this channel. I get a feeling not. We didn't get a lot of chat or people hanging out today. I want to go back now. I want to find some solutions. Let's find some solutions and see how we did. I'll pull up solutions on my computer. College Board SAT practice exam. How'd this go? Full-length SAT suite practice tests. Paper practice test. Again, this is not accurate to the real SAT because the real SAT is on the computer nowadays, and that's a damn shame, if you ask me. Okay. Let's see how we did. This is going to be so embarrassing if I did badly on this. It's very possible that I missed a lot. Let's see what happens. Okay. So I'm going to go through. So we've got B, C, D, A. All right. We got this one. B, C, D, A. All right. 4 for 4 so far. B, C, D, A. 25, 20. Yeah. We got 6 in a row. We got 7. 8 is D. We got 8. 9, B. 10 is C. I'm on a fucking roll, y'all. All right. 11 is B. 12, C. 13, 41. 14, 2, and negative 12. I think, yeah, it just asked for 1, so either one is correct. We got that. 15, D, C, A, B. D, C. Oh, no, are you kidding me? 17? Oh, no, we got it. 17 is A. Cool. 18, B. 19, D. 20, 14. Yep. 21. I'm feeling so good. It's been a while. I mean, I'm an adult. I should be able to do this kind of math, right? Right? But, I mean, when's the last time you all took an SAT? Come on. Let me have my win. Let me have my W, as the kids say. 23, we got that one. 24, D. 25, C. 26, B. 27, 104, yup. Ha! Perfect score on that section, on Module 1. What about Module 2? I don't know what the difference is, honestly. It felt like the same difficulty. A. D, B, D. D, B, D. D, 40. No. Oh, yeah, 40. All right. 7, B, D. 7, B, D. Number 10. Come on, y'all. Let's get this. 11A, 12A. There were a couple that I wasn't sure about. 1370, 14, 10, 15A, 16B. Y'all, I'm feeling good. C, 17C, 18, CB, 16, 28. CB, 16, 28. Right. A. No! 23 was B. Are you serious? No! Okay, so this, we missed one. 23 was B. I felt so confident about that one. Really? 23 is B? I thought it was like this. Am I wrong? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, shoot. It asked for the diameter. It did not ask for the radius. I hate that. I hate that. That is just such a gotcha, right? Like, that is literally, like, just a gotcha. Just watch out whenever you're solving any circle problems. Is it asking for the diameter or the radius? Like, that is not even a math question. That is literally just like, are you still paying attention? Are you not exhausted at this point? Okay, so we missed one. All right. 24. C. That's so annoying to me. We were so close to a perfect score. 25B. 26. Well, shoot, I missed 26. And this is the one that I wasn't sure about. I'm going to have to come back and understand that one better. Yeah, 26 we missed. B. 27, we're so close. 27, 289. All right, so we missed 2. Come on. Come on. I'll find out why. Nice. Still, I feel pretty good about that. Missing 2 as an adult who, like, hardly has to ever use this kind of math, you know? Like, yes, like, a secret that I can impart upon you is that, yeah, you don't use this math as an adult. Like, sorry. Your teachers might claim that you do, but you don't. You just don't. You just really don't. And that's okay. The point of learning math is to learn how to think. And you use problem solving every single day of your life. So, in a sense, you use this math because you learned how to problem solve. And then later on in life, the fact that you know how to problem solve means that you can problem solve in real world problems. Yeah, I'm so annoyed that we missed those 2. All right, so we know exactly why we missed this one. This was a silly mistake. And then the only one where I felt unsure about... There was one other that I felt unsure about, but this is the one where I just struggled the most, and I was like, what the heck is going on? I think if it were the real test and I had more time at the end, like, I would have kept meditating and focusing on that one question, and I would have tried to see if there was another way to interpret this. Yeah, because, like, I see, like, a matrix, 5, 7, 1, and A, B, 1, right? So you can do transformations to that matrix. I was expecting something like 10, 14, 1, and, like, I don't know, 2, 2A, 2B, 1. I just don't know. I don't see how you can get... How do you do this one? I feel so stupid right now. That's fine. I should stop saying that I feel stupid. I should stop that. That is not real. That is not a thing. Do not pick that up from me. This is just a weird, tough problem, I feel. Okay, so I think that I was onto something saying that the slope of a perpendicular line is the negative reciprocal, right? Slope of perpendicular lines. Am I wrong? Yeah, it is the negative reciprocal. Okay. Also known as negative 1 over m, right? So if the slope of the perpendicular line is the negative reciprocal, then we know that from the first equation, 5x plus 7y equals 1. 5x plus 7y equals 1 implies that y is 1/7 times 1 minus 5x, which is minus 5 over 7x plus 1/7, right? So then if the slope of the second line should be the negative reciprocal of the first. So then the slope of the second line should be 5/7. Okay? I think that that's pretty dang useful. So then the second line is ax plus by. Ax plus by equals 1. So then therefore y equals 1 over b times 1 minus ax. Negative a over bx plus 1 over b. And then we know that negative a over b equals 7 over 5. In other words, i.e., am I back on the iPad or no? Yeah, I am. Good. In other words, let's see. Negative 7, or A equals negative 7b minus, what? No, slower. Let's do this slower. Negative a equals 7b over 5. And then 5a equals negative 7b. 5a plus 7b equals 0. Five a plus 7b equals 0. So we need to find out of these equations which of them also satisfy this. 5a plus 7b equals 0. I think that we're on a better track now with this one. We're actually making some progress. 5a plus 7b equals 0. And then I don't really know. Okay. You know what? This is something that would have been great to notice. all of these have the same first equation. That's very good to notice. Then, yeah, okay, now we're on to something again. Y equals 1/7, 1 minus 10x. Plus 1/7, right? Then therefore, the slope of the perpendicular line, I think that you draw a perpendicular line like that, is going to be m negative reciprocal. I don't know. The slope of the perpendicular line is going to be the negative reciprocal of that line, 7/10. And 7/10. I don't know, do you solve one of them in terms of the other? Like, if we have this, then, I don't know, we can solve for b instead of a. Like, b is negative 5a over 7. And then, I don't know. We're so close. I feel like this is the right track. Let me just pull up the answer key because I don't want to confuse anybody out there. So I think we're very, very close, and I would figure it out if I weren't on camera right now. Let's see. 26. Reading and writing, module 2. Okay, so choice B is correct. This is the one that it should have been B. Two lines are perpendicular if their slopes are negative reciprocals, meaning that the slope of the first line is equal to negative 1 divided by the slope of the second line. Yeah, negative reciprocals. You can write the equations as slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. Okay, so for the first equation, they solve out. They got this as well. Negative 5/7 x plus 1/7. So then the slope of the graph of this equation is negative 5/7. That's what I found. And then they got then they also solved for the slope of this perpendicular line. They got this as well. Negative a over bx plus 1 over b. So then the slope of that is negative a over b. And since they're perpendicular lines, the slope of the second must be the negative reciprocal of the slope of the first. Therefore, they got this same... wait a minute. Okay. They wrote it out as a over b equals negative 7/5. That's the same, right? Yeah. Yeah, so they wrote like an equivalent thing to solve for a in terms of b. Simply rewriting the equations in choice B. So, okay. Yeah, this was going to be my next thing. I was just going to try to rewrite each of the equations, each of the three options, and yeah, that would have been my next thing, and I guess that is just how you solve it. So it says rewriting. Okay, well, like rewriting the options, and they did the first thing that I did, negative 10 over 7x plus 1/7. I found that over negative 10x over 7 plus 1/7. I found that exact same thing. So we were so close. We were so close. And we also have, like, we can also rewrite the second equation as a over, in this option, we would have found, if we rewrote this one, equation 2 in option B, we would have found this. And that's where I was pausing. I was just like, I don't feel like doing this for each one. You could rewrite the second equation for choice A, B, C, and we had already eliminated D. Negative A over 2bx plus 1 over 2b. It follows that the slope of the graph of the first equation in choice B is negative 10/7. Yeah, and the slope of the graph of the second equation in choice B is negative A over 2b. Since A over B equals negative 7/5, negative A over 2b, yeah, this was going to be the next thing that I would have tried, like, just try to figure out which of those options satisfies the original relation that you found. I like how they found it. It makes it easier if you find the ratio A over B, whereas I was writing out the equation like 5A plus 7B or whatever. That makes it easier. So this equals 7/10, and we see that 7/10 is the negative reciprocal of the equation in question. So therefore, choice B is the answer. Neat. All right, so we were very, very close. I'm going to call one of them a fluke, and then we missed one. We genuinely missed one question. Not bad. Not bad for a first attempt. Thank you for watching this. This was really fun for me. I hope you enjoyed it. Like and subscribe, all of that good stuff. This was fun. Maybe someday we'll do the reading and writing section as well. And sometime I'll actually run this with a timer, because I think I would have run out of time, but I don't know. We'll find out. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful, beautiful day, and happy practicing. Go practice some math or something. Go do something.